All right. As Gandalf stated in The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien, many that live deserve to die, and many that die deserve to live. Can you give that to them? If not, do not be too quick to give out death and judgment. As humans, we are all well aware of death, as are we all well aware of the finality that the death penalty ensures. We are used to seeing images such as these. Today I'm going to speak about the history of the death penalty, the international practices regarding the death penalty, and the future of the death penalty. The death penalty is as old as society itself. The earliest recorded accounts of the death penalty can be traced back to King Hammurabi of Babylon in the 18th century BC. According to Hausland's article, Ancient History Sourcebook Code of Hammurabi, obtained from Fordham University, 25 crimes were subjected to the death penalty. These included adultery and bearing false witness under testimony. Fast forward 3,500 years roughly to the late 18th century in France with the implementation of the guillotine and the subsequent death of thousands. Even more recently, we can look at World War II as a study, and we see the unnecessary murder of millions. In today's world, the death penalty is less prevalent than it was even 50 years ago. However, its prevalence is still nonetheless relevant and very obvious. Surprisingly, the majority of executions are found only in a small number of countries. Amnesty International's UN Director, Jose Luis Diaz, told reporters in an interview given last year of 2011 that only 18 out of the UN's 193 countries carried out executions. According to statistics gathered from deathpenaltyinfo.org, 46 executions occurred in the United States in 2010, which ranks 5th on Amnesty's list. Countries including China, Iran, Iraq, and North Korea topped out the top 5. At the end of 2011, nearly 19,000 people were under a death sentence worldwide. This is a number that Amnesty would like to be increasingly diminished. Adultery in Iran, blasphemy in Pakistan, sorcery in Saudi Arabia, and drug trafficking in 10 other countries, primarily in Southeast Asia, are all offenses that Amnesty would like to see stricken from death penalty status. Catherine Bickel, a former lawyer employed by the federal government, stated during an interview on March 25, 2012, that while the federal government of the United States is not looking to repeal the death penalty, changes may inevitably be made. Currently, lethal injection is the primary means of execution and will likely stay that way, but new chemicals are being developed and new practices for a more humane process are being researched. Racial discrimination and mental handicaps have been exploited in the past. It is hoped that a more tolerant and unbiased society is now in place. In conclusion, the death penalty has always evolved with society, but it has always been there. We may disagree from person to person on whether the death penalty is necessary, but we can all probably agree that changes could be made. Finally, as quoted by George Orwell in the book The Road to Wigan Pier, most people approve of the death penalty, but most people wouldn't do the hangman's job. Thank you.